Good morning, good evening, good night, everyone. Welcome back to Lana's Little Things with me, Dr. Lana, specialist gerontologist. Where we talk all things on living agelessly, bridging generational gaps, family caregiving, entrepreneurship, and just life itself. So, this week, what a week. But what kept coming up, I had a wonderful workshop this week with a group of carers and every single time I do these workshops, and almost every single week, generally, I do get a concern, a call, something from a relative that says, Mom, Dad does not want to bathe. Does not want to bathe. And they can't figure out why. It's a huge fight. Now, for those of you who are in caregiving and you know this fight, don't you? Very well, to different degrees, and it all depends on the staging of the person of where the person is, in their cognitive journey. So this is not just for persons with dementia. This might just be a factor of it is just a factor of aging, but dementia and especially Alzheimer's disease, as the stages go along, make it worse, make it challenging, make it ugh, like what happens now? What next? So to be fair, as you get older, from science and observation and just what you're accustomed in, the shower, the bath seems to be the most terrifying place for an older person, especially persons who are not processing where they are in space, who are not processing what's happening, who are not able to understand commands, who see it as a foreign place, who don't recognize what's happening anymore. And so they're not just being stubborn and refusing to bathe or wanting to stay unclean. No, there's a whole lot more going on in that. So what we're going to talk tonight is about four of the main reasons that I've discovered, and in research too, because this is global. I mean, we're the human race. So what happens in faraway Norway land in Barbados may happen all across the globe, all across the pond, in Australia, Europe, America. This is a global situation. And that is why you don't have to feel alone in your journey, either as an older person or as a caregiver. That's the whole point. So let's talk about these four things, shall we? So we get that they're not doing it on purpose, because most of the times this person, used to be in the shower 2-3 times a day, certainly twice, definitely was always washing or something, and in the shower or in the bath or enjoying themselves and staying for ages. Now, that's the last place they want to be. So what happened? What happened? What happened? So one of the key reasons, there's so many key reasons, but let me just do the most common one I've seen, I've noticed, and I see in the research. And it's so basic. It's fear of falling. Think about it. Even with the best constructed bathroom, organized, grab bars, non-skid tiles, safety areas, seating chair, all these things are things that can be retrofitted with little cost in a bathroom for an older person, one who's aging in place, and even those who are in care facilities. But it's still fear of falling. Got nothing to do with what is inside the bathroom. The fear is I'm going to fall. I'm going to hurt myself. I'm not going. No, I don't want to bathe, but I don't want to go in this scary place. I'm going to fall. Especially think if they had a slip or fall before. Think of how scary it would be. So that's one, fear. And they may, and that is based in, yes, they're not truly recognizing where they are, but soap under their feet feels strange. The soap they're lathering with, suddenly I'm wet, and all these strange things are around me. So it's even though they're familiar, they're still strange. That's fear of falling. The other one is the human condition of dignity, preserving self dignity. To be fair, babies undress, change their diapers, put them in the baby tub. They find their happy bath time is fun. For an older person, not so much. Why? Think of all this water if it's a shower, and even if you have a handheld piece, which is also ideal. Tubs, dangerous for older persons. Slip, slide, you name it, falls, fractures, the list goes on and on. It's always best to have a shower with non-skid towels where you have a handle, a separate shower piece for the hand to hold on to, and again, all the other safety measures in place. But this water is not descending on you. That's overwhelming. It can feel overwhelming. Secondly, as part of that in that scenario, you're being exposed. Somebody is exposing you. Even though you're allowed to undress, think of it as a family, as a caregiver. Caregiver, family, or paid caregiver. It's a challenge. It's a fear. It's overwhelming. Water coming from this place, noise coming from that place. You're exposing me. You can't like literally go in the shower with a full three-piece suit on, can you? That defeats the whole purpose. So consider it's a loss of dignity. It's a sense of a loss of dignity and autonomy, really, because the bath is or shower is something that you would have done by yourself, like growing up. So why now is somebody removing your garments? Think of that. Just think of it. It puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Yes, I think so. I've seen it. It works when it's done right. So we'll talk about some of the do right things shortly. What's the third reason why older persons, especially with dementia and Alzheimer's, for whom the entire atmosphere, the signs around them, the noises around them, they're all changing by the hour almost. We just talked about being exposed, feeling that non-dignified feeling, the fear of falling. Feeling exposed and is also, well, I'll add to that, is a change in temperature. And older persons don't have the regulatory thermostat in their brain to allow them to be exposed and for their temperature to adjust to. Even if you make it warm, sometimes it can still feel very cold to them. We just don't understand how it feels to them. They may not be able to describe how it feels. They just know this thing that is making me cold. I'm also without clothes. I'm also in the shower where somebody's helping me do something, and I'm in a strange environment and I'm gonna fall. Making more sense, right? It seems bizarre, but these little things make a huge difference. A third reason, we're now getting into the third reason because there's so many, but a third reason is lack of mobility. Just the practical steps of actually getting into the shower. That might be a step up. It might ideally be a walk in where you have like not a gate necessarily, but an opening where the person can step into the shower without having to trip over the ledge or step onto a high ledge. That's not recommended. It's recommended to be a flat space. If you can't do that, have an open area where they can step in, and then that can be closed so that they don't have to feel the fear of standing. Trust me, even to do a weight on a person in the office, The scale is like this tall, an inch or so, and they're terrified to stand on it. The fear of, it's a fear again, but it's fear of this time of coming into a place that you are not feeling able to do. Your knees hurting, the fingers hurting, the knees are stiff, the shoulder joints are frozen, your back is hurting, been hurting for days or it's been hurting for ages. Moving slowly, more slowly than usual. And for older persons, they feel that change. They feel that almost trepidation. So bath time is not pleasurable for most people. It's not like a no, I don't want to be clean again. It's the process. So lack of mobility, poor mobility, pain on moving. That's a real scenario. And so consider ways that that can be reduced. And the fourth and not necessarily final, one of the four main reasons for older persons not wanting to bathe is the timing. So again, it has to do with exposure. If you're going to shower at 9, 10, 11 p.m., I mean, even in the Caribbean, that time is cold. You may not want to shower in the midday where it would be pointless because then you might have to shower later on. We only doing this once, right? So the one of the better times would be either mid morning when it's kind of tepid temperatures outside, ambient temperatures, or mid afternoon when the sun is still up. Especially for those who might have sundowning and start to get confused, you certainly don't want to be exposing them and having them do these bizarre things to them when they're also being confused about what time is it, what day is it, where am I, what's going on. So think about that one. So we talked about those four reasons why older people may seem to not want to be clean. So how can we mitigate this? How can we make shower time and safer time at least enjoyable? It all starts with communication. Even if the person has limited communication, as in comprehension of what you're saying, just say, "Mom, Dad, Miss." If you're the paid caregiver, say, "Come, Miss Ma'am." I'm trying not to find two names. "Come, my dear. We're going to the bath now so that you can feel better, so that you can then have a pleasant night's sleep, so that you can feel fresh, and you can put on your favorite clothes, you can put on your favorite perfumes. I'm going to give you your favorite soap powder. Make it sound good. Prepare. Let them see you preparing for bath time. So one is communication, just discussing it and asking them, "Are you ready to bathe now?" No, but if you ask them, sometimes they will never say yes. So you may have to be firm and say, "Okay, Mom, Dad, Ma'am, Sir, it's time for your bath. I'm not ready now. Okay, I'm going to come back in 10 minutes and we'll go again." But what is also best, so communication, second thing is let them see you preparing for it, for this event. So get the towel together, towel that they recognize, soap, maybe bath shoes, which should be a good safe idea, enclosed shoes that they can use as non-skid. Just make sure that you clean their toes and do the foot double check before you're finished. What else would you need? Shampoos if necessary. Let them see the process and do this as a scheduled thing regularly so that they know, oh, this is what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, I know this. It's nice. Pick colorful towels. I mean, everybody is, well, I am. But most people, most people love color. So instead of a white towel that might look like, what's that? You may need look at their favorite colors: yellow towel, blue towel, green towel, pink towel. Make it fun. Make it fun. Make it safe. So there are some recommendations that you may not want to use liquid soap, which might lather too much and take too long. But there are many of the bar soaps that might be drying. So you want to strike a happy medium and test it out with which works better for you, so that there's less feel of slidiness and slipperiness and risk of falling. So let them see what you're doing. Thirdly, always have the space prepared. The space itself must be prepared. So have the lights on. Don't let any dark corners be receding. Let them see. Let them see what's happening. So sometimes a clear shower curtain or a clear shower panel, sliding door, is great. So when you open it, they can see easily what's happening and put that to what's going to happen next. So that's the third thing you can do. And the final thing you can do, obviously, is not just make it fun, not just make it scheduled, not just communicate, not just change around the colors, but sometimes it might just be let somebody else do it. Especially if you're a family caregiver and you have the option of someone else being able, like another family member. Remember, we always want to be discreet, confidential, dignified, respecting their dignities, respecting their boundary. So maybe you might have to have a paid professional who's great at helping persons to get into the shower. And they can coax and take their time and say, come and let's do this, and we're going to do this. Some people are very good at negotiation. So if you're not one who's good at negotiation, you might just be battling every single day. So I hope these tips helped. Make it a non-scare. Understand that things change. They're not feeling safe. They're feeling the fear of falling. There's pain. There's lack of mobility. There's a feeling of lack of dignity. There's no preparation. So this feels like a bram. And it feels overwhelming when all this water is coming on you. So be kind, be gentle, be compassionate, prepare, then phone a friend if you really, really have to. But that might be necessary. So please share this, like, subscribe, and join me for all more information. What is your biggest challenge as a family caregiver when it comes to bath time? What have you found works? What are these suggestions? Can you add to these suggestions? Can you suggest, or do you disagree with any of these suggestions made? What is your experience? Did you have to call somebody else, phone a friend? So either way, it's one day at a time, but it can be done, like all things. So again, from my heart to yours, Dr. Lana saying, happy trails, stay safe, communicate. It's one day at a time. Give yourself grace for the space. Deep breath in and relax. From my heart to yours. Bye-bye.